Hey, everybody, if you're watching online, glad to have you. Sorry, we're not getting a return feed of our audio back from the station tonight. So unable to play the coach's interview for you here. All right, we're lining up for the anthem now, Brian. Okay, that's fine. Just play him out, and then keep it. I'll give you some audio. Actually, you can bring it to me. We'll do a quick bump. They're doing Veterans Honor now, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able and direct your attention to center field as the SIU Carbondale detachment 205.
Friday night, getting you set for kickoff here coming up in just a couple minutes as the Carterville Lions are hosting the Tigers from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's Veteran Appreciation Night here tonight, Keenan Clark, and nice job with Carterville High School doing this evening.
Yeah, it's a big crowd, and everybody's here, and here come the colors out onto the field right now, so we're really excited to have this. There's a lot of veterans out there walking across, so good job for Coach Dial Athletic Department for putting this together.
As you see, the Keenan said the colors making their way onto the field right now in front of this crowd, and handful of folks from Hopkinsville made the trip up this evening. It was nice. I think their coach was really excited to be able to get on a charter and come and make a 2.5-hour drive up here to take on these Lions.
It's a good experience for them as well. Like, everybody likes to play somebody different. You get tired of beating up on the people around you, and you get to know the coaches and the schemes, and you become a better team, a better coach if you can see some variety and see some changes in what you're going to plan for week to week.
I heard that the head coach for Hopkinsville was saying, and his name is Dustin Lopez, he said some of his players had never been out of the county.
Oh, is that
right? And we're getting ready to make a trip up here to Carterville. So glad to have them. And it's exciting, like you said, whenever we get to play somebody different every single year. As you see our veterans gathered there on the 50-yard line behind the colors, we're going to go on and take our final break here on our SIU Credit Union pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff. It's coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, it's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark bringing you Carterville Lions football. Carterville, they are a perfect 35-34 win in week 1 over Marion. How big of a win was that? We knew it was a big win week 1, but now when you look at how well Marion's playing, it's even bigger now.
They do. Marion's been hot ever since they left the Lions field here, and what we're seeing now, they've got another big game tonight.
Yes, they do. There's a lot of different big games going on, but specifically you're talking about in the South 7 with Cahokia at Marion this evening. Centralia is at Carbondale, the other South 7 games, and there's a couple of other river-to-river conference games tonight. Benton at Anna Jonesboro, Pinckneyville at DuQuoin, that cross-county rivalry there. On the Ohio side, it's Harrisburg at Massac. Murphy is at Heron this evening. So some really, really big games going on. And Carterville getting to play a new opponent, an athletic team, I think. And as you go through, I was going through the roster, they actually had right on their roster ATH, athlete. So they couldn't really pigeonhole what position they played. They were going to be everywhere. So
yeah. I got a little advanced scouting from esteemed Hopkinsville alum Ralph Kimbrough. He was sharing some information with me over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, everything I see on this team is that we're going to see some kids who are going to try to get out and run in space.
Yep, and they can defend the pass well too. They've got athletes that are at the corners, in the backfield, at linebackers. So that's proving to be what the importance of the run game is tonight for the Lions.
Yeah, and let's talk about the Lions again, because we have some athletes as well. And we just missed a couple of deep shots last week where we had some opportunities. We found space and found plenty of room to run. Just didn't connect a couple of times, but, that's going to happen. Maybe we got that out, and if we hit a couple of those tonight, we're going to be able to score some points ourselves.
Well, both teams are making their way out toward the field. Hopkinsville, the first one to get out there. Carterville Lions are shaking hands with the vets here as they leave the field. The coaching staff getting a handshake right now as well. But the Lions, Coach Brett Dial, he's fired up. He's ready to go, has his kick team in front of him here on the sideline. And we're glad to be with you here for Week 5 of the high school football season. Don't forget you can go to YouTube and you can watch the live stream along with the radio call. If you just search for Hopkins at Carterville, that should get you right there. Hopkinsville, the Tigers are going to be wearing black pants with white jerseys, black numbers on the back, and black helmets. Carterville tonight choosing to go blue over blue with the orange Lions logo on the side of the helmet. Officials are making their way to the far and near side of the field. And Carterville is going to get the football to start things off. Hopkinsville is going to kick it away. We're glad to have you, and thank you for tuning in to Carterville Lions Sports here on News Radio WJPF. It's a low squib kick on the ground. It's picked up at the 30-yard line, brought out to about the 36-yard line, and that's where Carterville is going to get the football and start this first offensive possession.
Number 13, Jack Dodson, gets the first touch for the Lions, and ball pops up right into his lap right there, and he gets 4 or 5 yards, gets him down, and we're going to start with pretty good field position here at the 36-yard line.
Andy Johnson and the Carterville Lions come out. Andy having just a heck of a year. Throwing-wise, he's 46 of 73 for 504 yards. He's thrown 4 TDs. He can also rush, and that rushing game with Johnny Miller. Johnny averaging about 6.2 yards per carry. On the first carry, it is Johnny Miller right up the gut as he takes it to about the 40-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4, bringing up second down and 6.
I think Coach Dial is going to be content to grab 4 yards at a time. Keep the ball out of the high-powered offensive hands of Hopkinsville. Keep moving the chains, take care of it, and I think that would be just fine.
Carterville's moving left to right here. Just underway. Johnson from under center. Full backfield, turns around, gives it to Miller. He tries to get to the outside, evades one tackler. He kind of went down kind of awkwardly, but nice defensive play there by the Tigers and James Bradley Jr.
Yeah, not much happening at the line of scrimmage, and he tried to bounce it out, and there was not much happening out there as well. It looks like Hopkinsville is taking a little page out of Heron's playbook, and they've got 8 men in the box, and they're gonna just get right in their face.
3rd down and 7. Loss of 1 on that carry. So trip receivers spread out to the left side. Johnson from the shotgun got him to jump a little bit, but they didn't come across and pick up a penalty. Now Johnson again resets, claps, gives it to Johnny. Johnny has a blocker in front, chopped down after a gain of about 3 on that carry. So Carterville facing their first 4th down of the ball game.
Looks like it's going to be 4th and short. You'd think maybe early in the game you may try to punt it, but you also, why not take a shot this early? If you hand the ball to the offense and you lose that first possession, you really just need 2.5 feet.
Yep.
And here comes the punt team.
Yep. Jamie Jones comes into the game. Jamie doing the punting for the Lions. But Carterville looks like they're going to be going for it, but we have a timeout taken by Hopkinsville and Coach Dustin Lopez. No score. Carterville facing a 4th and short. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
We're going to get a face mask.
What a nice run for the Carterville Lions to pick up the 1st down yardage, but there's a flag on the field.
I think we're going to get a face mask on that one, Dave. It looked like late when Andy was getting through the charge a little bit, they reached up and grabbed his face mask, and that's what the official's saying right now.
Yep.
We're going to add a few more yards into that play.
So the 1st down for the Lions.
Good 4th down conversion.
It was.
Right off the bat, you need to keep the ball. You've got to establish offensively that you can run it. And if you can't run it 2 feet, you're going to get beat tonight anyway. You might as well take a shot right here. Good job.
So they put the ball down at the 44-yard line. For the Lions, stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Right there might be a gain of about 1, it looks like. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Let's talk about Johnny Miller, the running back. 101 carries this year, 663 yards total. He's averaging about 6.6, and he's got 6 touchdowns on the season. He's just been outstanding.
He has been. He's been running hard, and like we said, we knew he was going to be fast when the season started, but they didn't realize how much he was going to be able to break tackles and create defensive problems.
2nd and 9 now from the 43 for Carterville. Johnson under center, turns around, gives it to said running back, Johnny Miller. And I tell you what, that's a swarming defensive line right there. And again, leading the charge for the Tigers, number 9, Tremaine Clay was the first one to get to Johnny Miller.
Yeah, Miller didn't do anything wrong. He just got hit up in the backfield. Hopkinsville is putting 9 guys in the box. They're going to man anybody that we don't put on the line of scrimmage, and it makes it hard to run against that.
Ball is at the 45-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 11 for Carterville. Clock rolls, about 8.5 remaining here. First drive of the ball game, 7th play of this drive for the Lions. 3 receivers left. Miller's the running back, but Johnson's going to keep it himself. Got popped as he came through the line of scrimmage, fell forward for about 6 yards, it looks like.
Looks like P.J. Hazinga's helmet came off, and that's the 2nd helmet we've seen roll off since the start of the game.
So it's going to be 4th down and 6. Ball is setting right on the 40-yard line.
Here comes the punt team. Andy Johnson's coming off and moving our long snapper over to on top of the ball. Looks like we're going to see what Jamie Jones can do here.
Braden Morris doing the snapping. It's Jamie Jones. Back to punt. Tigers from Hopkinsville send one man deep. Little short kick by Jamie. Hits about the 23-yard line, and Hopkinsville is just going to let it go. Carterville downs it at about the 12-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. It is Malone's Early Learning Center. 7:25 on the clock here. Hopkinsville's first offensive set of the game. Carterville punts it away, and the ball is at the 12-yard line for Hopkinsville, their own 12. So here comes quarterback Josiah McCauley. McCauley wears number 17. The 5'8 sophomore weighs 165. Two receivers to the right side. The left-hander drops back, looked deep, had some pressure, gets away, breaks it across the 20 to about the 22, where he was just popped out there just short of the yard to gain. What a big hit. Jamie Jones, I think, is the one that came in and laid that lumber right there.
Yeah, Jamie's the outside linebacker. He's probably responsible for the flat on that play, and so when the play is busted, he's going to see that the quarterback's rolling through, and he came up and met him, just kept him short of the first down.
2nd and 1, the ball out to the 22-yard line. So it's about 6 inches short of the first down. Two receivers left, one out to the far side. It's the give to the tailback. He slipped down. He's going to be short of the first down, as it was Andy Johnson that was right there. So 3rd down and short for the Tigers.
Andy reads that and gets headed downfield, gets in the backfield real quickly as the running back tried to make a cut. He lost his footing, and Andy was right there to finish him off.
Loss of 2 on that carry. James Bradley Jr. is the tailback for.
Could use an incomplete pass here.
So McCarley under center. Gives it to Bradley. Bradley trying to get to the outside. Carterville snuffs him out.
Loses a couple more.
Yes, he did. Lost 2 more. So 4th down and about 4 now for the Tigers from Hopkinsville. And looks like Coach Dustin Lopez bringing his punt team onto the field.
Once again, that was Jamie Jones. Gets upfield, and he was trying to stretch the ball outside of him, and Jamie wasn't going to have any of it. Got him to the ground. Nice job. 2 good defensive plays there.
So the Tigers set to kick it away. Good snap and decent kick. It goes out of bounds, short of the 50. They're going to mark it at the 43-yard line, and that's where Carterville is going to take over. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children, offering cuts for Johnny Miller. He's just a hard-working running back, isn't he?
He is. He's having to work hard for every play right here. We had a nice job. Number 67, Ethan Hendricks, come across and made a nice block, a nice trap block there, and he made a good cut off of it. But still, they just keep filling the hole as fast as we can get it. As soon as we can open one up, they're filling it back up.
2nd down 9 for Carterville now. Ball is at the 42-yard line after that 1-yard gain. Here's Johnson. Right up the gut, plowing forward. Out across the 35. Carter Jones.
We saw that last week a little bit. Carter Jones, if he's allowed to run straight ahead, he has a pretty good explosive first 2 or 3 steps, and he did a nice job against Heron about breaking into that second level, and he's really going to put a hurting on some of those linebackers if he gets going from the offensive end, just because we're being patient right now. Like, we might be able to take a shot. We're getting some man-to-man situations out there. Maybe you break a coverage up. But right now, if you're moving the ball on the ground, let's keep it there.
Ball sets right in the middle of the field from the 32. Johnson under center. Full backfield, turns around, gives it to Miller. Miller keeps the legs churning as he picks up a couple. It's going to be a short gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards now for Carterville. 2nd down and 7 for Carterville.
I was a little surprised early in the week whenever I heard some rumblings of the fact that we were going to go double tight wishbone offense, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're putting everybody in the box right up here, guys, and we're going to say, let's go man-to-man with you.
Johnson or Jamie Jones joins Johnny Miller in the backfield. Carter Jones gets the handoff, though, right up the gut, gets free, keeps his feet to the 10, and he's brought down at the 5-yard line. He's so hard to tackle.
He is, and you spend all week preparing for Johnny Miller, and then here in the first quarter, you've got 2 big breakout runs by Carter Jones and another good run by Andy Johnson to get that first down earlier. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
2:45 remaining. Carterville has it. Goal to go. Turns around, gives it to Jamie Jones. Jones off a left tackle, falls forward for a couple, takes it down to about the 2-yard line. Second down and goal to go.
You know, the Wishbone was a very successful offense for a long time when everybody knew you were going to run. Just a lot of things that you can do out of it. There's a lot of different options. You can do a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage, and Andy's really good at making those reads, just finding that soft spot on the defensive line and hitting it.
Double wing backfield again, up the gut, and Johnson comes in, tries to tush-push his partner, as it was the give to Carter Jones. Was stuffed there at the line of scrimmage by the Tigers.
You have 22 guys standing right there within 6 yards of the ball in any direction. It's just a big mosh pit down there.
Third and goal from the 1. Andy keeps it himself. I think he's going to be short. He is going to be short. He gets down to just about the goal line. So now it's 4th and goal to go. Just keep punching it, boys.
Yeah, I can't tell from the angle that I have. I can't tell if they're picking up a few feet or not, and how much they're moving that ball actually.
They need about a half a yard here, it looks like. The ball sets inside the 1 to the end zone to our right in front of the Carterville Lions scoreboard here at Lions Field. Johnson under center, turns around, gives it to his fullback, Carter Jones, touchdown for the Carterville Lions. Carter Jones, the 1-yard plunge, and the Lions lead it 6-0.
Great job, way to be patient. Find something that's working, get yourself moving downfield, stay in a positive direction, get points on the scoreboard.
53 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Carterville scores on the 1-yard plunge from Carter Jones. Pending the PAT. Carterville 2 possessions here in this first quarter. Kick is good. Lions lead it 7-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Hopkinsville 0. Johnson sets the kick for the Lions. Number 28, Traveris Burgess.
Back here at Carterville, Lions lead it 7-0. Kickoff after that touchdown from Carterville, taken at about the 15-yard line before being busted right there at the 32-yard line. That's where the Hopkinsville Tigers are going to take over here at Carterville.
I'm beginning to just absolutely love Braden Brown's enthusiasm on the field. Anytime he makes a big hit, he lets it out, and he's one of those kids that just has a switch when the game comes on, and we have seen him in full go mode all season.
Yes, we have. He's been outstanding. So here come the Tigers from Hopkinsville. Ball is at the 32-yard line with 46 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Carterville leads at 7-0. Carterville 4-0. Hopkinsville 3-2 on the season. So quarterback McCarley wants to throws it across the middle, has his man, it's caught, first down yardage, got free of the defender, keeps fighting out toward midfield. That's where he's plowed to the turf. So big first down throw. That was a good throw from the quarterback, Josiah McCarley.
Good throw, and he just about got away for a lot more than what he did. He broke the first tackle, and then a little bit of help come in. Looks like Andy Johnson might have got in there. Carter Jones, one of them, came in to finish it off, but he was ready to run.
1st and 10, the ball right from midfield with 25 seconds showing on the clock. Josiah McCarley, the sophomore, left-hander, under center, wings it out to the far side. It's caught out there, and a gain of 10, 11, 12 yards on the reception by Jeremiah Smith. So back-to-back receptions for the Tigers.
Well, in their first possession, they had a busted pass play where the quarterback scrambled for 9.5 yards, and then they ran it twice and lost yardage on both times. We knew we were going to see them open up the passing game, and they're probably going to put some air under it for the rest of the night.
7-0 as we reach the end of the first quarter here from Carterville. We'll be back. Second quarter action next, back in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Carterville Lion Athletics Booster Club would like to take a moment to recognize tonight's game sponsor, Total Outdoor Management. Carterville Athletics is grateful for your support and thank you for being a valuable member of our business community. On behalf of the boosters and Carterville Athletics, thank you to Total Outdoor Management for your continued support of the Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, our CHS dance team also has a fun prize tonight as well. They're giving out free coupons to the Downtown Dip for a scoop of ice cream. If you show your school spirit by dancing.
Back at Carterville High School, the carry from James Bradley Jr. Lost about 3 yards on that, so it's 2nd down and 13 for the Tigers. So we start play here in the second quarter. We're glad to have you with us on News Radio WJPF, or if you're watching on our YouTube channel, or if you're listening on the River Radio Sports Central app, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. 2nd down and 13. The ball from the 40-yard line. Put a man in motion. That was Teal. It's quarterback McCarley throws it off the hands of his intended receiver. It was intended for Jeremiah Smith. It was behind Smith.
Yeah, you've got a left-handed quarterback, and he's rolling out to his left, which is probably the side he wants to roll to. And he's getting pressured by Carter Jones, who's right behind him, and he throws the ball behind the receiver.
So it brings the ball back out. It's at the 41-yard line.
3rd and long.
3rd and a long way. 3rd down and 13. Ball's on the near hash here. Hopkinsville moving left to right. McCarley, pressure up the middle, brought down. Looked like his knee got hit. He did. The white hat says his knee did touch. Great pressure there by the Carterville Lions defense.
He drops back in the pocket, and no sooner does he get all the way back that he gets almost tackled by Carter Jones, and then as he's trying to get back up, his foot slips out from underneath him. Another loss of 10 more, which is going to bring up an obvious punting situation. That first quarter could not have gone any better for Carterville.
No.
They held the ball for almost the entire quarter. They only gave up one possession, a couple of first downs in that one. and now they're going to get the ball back to start the second.
Good kick. Comes to the near side, and it bounces out of bounds. It's going to be inside the 20-yard line. That's where Carterville's going to start this third drive of the game. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, right there on Route 51, just south of Elkville. Full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running. So, Andy Johnson and the Carterville offense are going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 22 on a beautiful night in southern Illinois. Sunny. I got to play golf all day today.
That's what I heard.
Man.
Scramble, any good shots today, Dave?
One good shot, just enough to go back. Here's Johnson, gives it to his tailback. That's Miller, Johnny. They're making him work hard out there, not just a whole lot open. He gets back, he does. They're going to give him a gain of 2, it looks like. 2nd down and 8. So the ball's out to the 24-yard line.
Well, we ran the ball down the field the last time. I don't know that we've had a positive gain on a throw, but we are moving the ball. Like, we're getting a few yards here and there, and I think that's part of the game plan.
Official timeout. They want to reset the clock, the play clock. They're going to reset. There, it was reset to 25 seconds. Now Johnson from under center. Again, that double wing for the Lions. Popped right at about the 35-yard line. On the carry by Jamie Jones.
We're just showing a lot of different formations here. We had a two halfback set up on that one. It wasn't a true wishbone, and we're just giving a lot of different looks, trying to find out if we can get a hole in that defensive line.
One receiver to the right, one to the left. Johnson rolls, ran right into the defender. Defender did a good job to get a hold of Andy.
He did. He pulled
him
down in kind of a funny way, and I saw the ref reach for his belt. I thought maybe we were going to get a face mask,
I
but
did too.
That did not happen. He must have got him clean. Probably got him up under the shoulder pads. Here comes the punt unit onto the field.
Yep. So that running game that Carterville had in the previous possession, not able to really move the ball here this possession. Carterville setting up to punt. 8:26 on the clock. Hopville brings one man deep. He's at about the 45-yard line. Jamie Jones does the kicking. Got a good one. It's taken at the 42. It's loose. Carterville falls on it. Great downfield coverage by the Carterville Lions as back, I believe that was James Bradley Jr. that was the return man, and it hit off his forearm, went forward. Carterville was right there to clean it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who got in on that recovery. I didn't get a good look at where they came from.
Oh, a penalty. There's a flag at the 24-yard line. And that's going to bring it back. Oh, how disappointing. So they put the ball down at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 11.
That fumble was recovered by the center, Braden Morse.
Good downfield coverage, like we said. 4th and 11. So Carterville setting up to punt again. James Bradley Jr., the deep man for the Tigers. This time it hits near the 50, bounces Carterville's way, and the 39-yard line, and that is where the team from Kentucky is going to take over here with 7:54 showing. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members, better life for all. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, you're going to hear from Darren Kennard. Give you a look at what's going on sports-wise from River Radio Sports Central. That's our halftime report. And then tonight at 11 o'clock, it's Friday Night Live with Darren. He goes through and recaps all the scores. He was going to make that drive up to Florida tonight.
Oh, he was?
That's where he's heading. Long drive for Mr. Kennard. Carterville, 1st and 10. No, excuse me, Hopkinsville, 1st and 10. Quarterback Whips it down here to the right side. Almost picked off right below us. That ball just hung up. DeAndre Watkins was the intended receiver, and double coverage there for Carterville. It was Hayden Harrell and Drake Cappy right there had the coverage.
The ball came out like a wounded duck and went about 50 feet in the air, and then you had Cappy, the safety, coming over and almost got the ball stolen from him by Harrell. I think if one of them would have picked up on it and not ran into each other, they each would have had it individually an opportunity to make that interception.
2nd and 10 from the 39 now. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pressure on the quarterback. Gets it out to Bradley Jr., but bottled up right there at the original line of scrimmage.
I think that was a little screen play. They let our end go threw it right over the top of his head. But the linebacker, Carter Jones, who's had a fantastic night defensively, comes in and fills in that spot. But I think they're trying to take what Carterville's going to have to do. Carterville's got to heat the quarterback up. They got to put him under pressure, make him throw it. If you let their receivers get loose in the secondary and run their routes, it's going to be hard for us to keep up with them. But if we can push him into an uncomfortable situation, make him throw a ball he doesn't really want to throw, we got a chance.
They bring 2 receivers here to the near side. Quarterback throws it, left side puts it up, and off the fingertips of his intended receiver out there, Aiden Jesse. Good coverage again by Carterville. That was tight out there.
Yeah, that was Zach Carter on the coverage, and he did exactly what he's taught to do. He runs with his man, never turns back, never changes, takes his eye off of him. When his man put his hands up, Carter jumps up, throws both hands up, and blocks his view and does a face guarding thing, and no way he could have made that catch. Great job.
Plus, he did a great job pinching that receiver on that sideline,
He did. The ball had to be thrown perfectly inbounds in order for him to make that play.
So it's 4th down, Carterville. Back to take the punt. 4th and 10. Little high snap. Punter does a good job getting away. And the ball's loose and picked up by Hopkinsville. And on Carterville fumbled the punt. Tavares Burgess was right there to pick it up. And Hopkinsville has something brewing here. What happened for Carterville just a few plays ago, the penalty called it back. Turns into a nice play for Hopkinsville.
Yeah, that would have been one where you would have wanted to have a fair catch call, but I didn't see him flag for it. So as soon as the ball hit his hands, the Hopkinsville defender knocked him down. Ball comes loose, and then the second man comes through and scoops it and almost scores. That's a really, really bad break there for Carterville.
Yeah, it is. So it's 1st and 10. And
we're having some sort of issue on where we're spotting the ball, it seems.
Was he down there? I think they're saying he was down where they got the fumble, where they picked it up. He was down on contact there.
Yeah, and I think what they're saying over the PA system, somebody in there has claimed that you cannot advance a mucked punt on that. So it's only a possession change. You cannot advance it.
Okay, so the ball is at the 27-yard line. Makes sense. 1st and 10 now for McCarley. Josiah, the quarterback, has 2 receivers to the right side. Running back is Bradley Jr. McCarley from under center. Quick screen here to the near side. Dropped. It was intended for Jeremiah Smith, and that was a lateral. It was right down the line. Goes incomplete.
Hopkinsville comes out with 2 tight ends on that set, and what that does is that keeps your linebackers from being too ambitious as far as driving in the backfield and pressuring the quarterback. And so those guys are there waiting for a seam right behind the line. They'll run a little tunnel screen or throw it just over the line's head if they have to.
So the ball at the Carterville 27. Bradley Jr. is brought down after short gain of about 5, it looks like.
Yeah, good tackle on the outside there.
James Bradley Jr. is an easy name to remember.
It is.
For me.
It is.
He was a musician for Chuck Mangione.
Okay.
That name, James Bradley Jr. Makes it easy. So it's 3rd down and 4 now for Hopkinsville. Ball is at the 21-yard line of Carterville. Low snap, direct snap to Bradley Jr. Cuts up the middle, wide open. Nobody between him and the end zone, and that is a 21-yard touchdown run from James Bradley Jr.
Coach, there was something that Coach Dial did not like on that play. He is really letting the officials have it right now.
5:59 showing here on the clock. James Bradley Jr., 21 yards right up the gut on the Lions. Pending the PAT. And out to do the kicking, Gavin Harton. Left footer. Teed up. Kick is good. And we have a tie ball game, 7-7 here at Carterville with 5:59 remaining. We'll be back in 1 minute on News Radio WJPF. Okay.
Number 23, Cal Dunning on the carry for the Lions.
All right, here at Carterville, Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark. Kickoff is taken by Carterville.
Cal Dunning on the return. We've seen him handle the ball a couple of times. He's got some speed if we can get a little room. Coach Dial was still very upset with the official well into that break. And the only thing I can think of is that I know Braden Brown came through on the weak side, and he got absolutely tackled from behind before he had a chance to make a play on the running back. I don't know if he was looking for a holding call or if there was a formation issue that was going on.
Here are the Lions, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Short gain there by Carterville. And a flag comes in, and that's going to be a sportsman-like, it looks like.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure who it's going to be on. It's going to be against Hopkinsville.
Yeah, Bryce Ryman came out of that with both hands up as in, hey, it wasn't me. And so it does look like Hopkinsville was caught for something on that one. It's going to give us a cheap 15. But let's not lose the fact that we just got right behind Jackson and let him lead us 4 or 5 yards on that one run play right there.
Boy, that penalty puts the ball down at the 44-yard line of Hopkinsville. So it's 1st down and 10 from the Tiger 44. Johnson under center gives it to his fullback right up the gut. Short gain.
You know what this does is it wears the defense down. And Johnny Miller hasn't had to carry the ball 15 or 16 times like he normally would in this type of game at this point in time. Carter Jones is taking some of the load. Andy's taking some of the load. With that wishbone, we're getting Jamie Jones a few carries. So that matters when the game gets tight later on when you got fresh legs still in the backfield.
2nd and 8 from the 42. Johnson drops back, looks to throw. Has to wait for somebody to come open. Does over the top, almost picked off. Intended out there for Aiden Squallers. And that was That was pretty good pass coverage there by the Tigers as well.
Yeah, he was anything but open, but they were both swarming him. And I don't know if Andy was hoping to get the pass interference call because of the immense amount of contact that was going on, but Swallers had to turn into a defensive back once he saw the pass was going to be a little bit off to his left. And he ended up making sure at least it wasn't picked off. Carterville's lived to fight another day here on this down.
3rd and 8 from the 42. Carterville in huddle. Johnson comes in, sets the play. It's at the 42 of Hopkinsville. 4:44 remaining. Turns around, Johnny Miller. Got a pretty good push right there. Has first down yardage and more. That's probably the best run of the night for Johnny Miller.
Yeah, good gain of about 8 yards on that. Gets us all the way to, and he ran hard to get to it.
Takes it out to the 33-yard line.
We're bringing in a couple of extra receivers here.
Clock rolls with 4:20 till halftime. Coming up, we'll recap all the scores from around Southern Illinois. Recap this game as well. 7-7 ball game. Johnson claps, gives it to Miller. Found a little seam off the left side, but then finally grabbed. So it's going to be a gain of about 4, maybe 5 for Carterville's Johnny Miller.
Yeah, and that clock just keeps on ticking. We're down under 4 minutes. You would like for us to be able to keep Hopkinsville from getting the ball back with any significant or any sizable amount of time this half.
Don't forget, Hopkinsville's going to have the ball coming out for second half action. So Carterville needs some points here. Tied up 7-7, 3:30 remaining. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. So Johnson from under center. Gives it to his fullback. Power blast right up the middle. Out near the 20-yard line. Nice run there by the Carterville Lions. Carter Jones on the carry. Picks up the first down and more.
Nothing fancy on that. That's just a QB. That's just a fullback dive. And if he's hitting the hole hard, he's just got to get on the correct side of the center, find that gap, and there's positive yards there.
It was a gain of 8 by Carter Jones.
Very good run for Carter.
Yes, it was. Takes it down to the 21-yard line. Now there's Jamie Jones got free. Jamie Jones has a touchdown for the Carterville Lions. 21-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones.
Wishbone's doing his thing. You don't know who to key on. Your linebackers are confused as to where the ball's going. He actually hurdled a defender at the line of scrimmage, and when he hit the ground, it's just the sea parted in front of him, and he ran right on in. Nice job.
Good run from Jamie Jones.
Hats off to the offensive line. Like, they're really having to work tonight. There's no plays off for those guys.
Absolutely. On for the extra point to do the kicking. Gavin Johnson. And we got some movement on the line of scrimmage. Flag stops it. Offside. So Carterville.
Bringing in the goal line unit, offensive line.
Yep, they'll go for 2. I think last week at Heron was the first game on an extra point that we didn't get the opposition to jump that I can remember.
Seems like it, yeah, in 3 years.
In 3 years, yeah. So Andy Johnson has his offense out there, but timeout's taken by Brett Dial. He wants to talk about the setup, and we'll keep it right here. 2:44 remaining in this first half. And Mayor Brad Robinson, the city of Carterville, want to remind you of a couple of road closures coming up on Friday, October 3rd. At 1 o'clock, it's the homecoming parade. It's going to start at Christian Covenant Church, and it's going to go north on Division Street to the intermediate school. And Division Street is going to be closed Friday evening between Grand and Virginia from 5 to 9 for the downtown car show. This is all coming up next Friday, October 3rd, and I can't believe we're saying October is this week. October 3rd, City of Carterville and the mayor want to say, go Lions.
When the sun goes down, you can start to feel October just a little bit right now. It's not all up in your face yet, but it's coming.
I am ready for hoodies, though.
Okay.
I'm ready. So Carterville out of the timeout.
I like this play. This is where we bring in Luke Barnhart, normally a defensive tackle. We bring him in as one of our lead blockers on this.
Miller's the tailback. It's the give to Miller. Follows his lead blocker. Picks up the 2 points. How about that? Well done. Coach Brett Dial on the call there as Carterville leads this game 15-7. 15-7 is our score with 2:44 remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. Yeah, just 30, please. Because they're not taking much more time than that. Back here at Carterville, Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark. Carterville has the 15-7 lead over Hopkinsville Tigers.
That 2-point conversion, like I said, they bring in Luke Barnhart to be the lead blocker, and he comes up and hits that backer and just turns him in, and there was nothing that kid could do. Luke just took control of him, and Johnny makes a nice cut off of that block and gets it where it needs to be.
Yes, he did. So, kick the ball. We got a flag. It's going to be offside on Carterville. They jumped early.
You know, I'm surprised we haven't had that called yet because I feel like we always have a guy or two that's just a little bit ahead
I agree.
of our kicker when it comes time to get across that line, and you're not gaining that much of an advantage. Like, you've got to make sure that you don't cost us 5 yards on this.
Going to back him up. They can tee it up at the 35 now. Gavin Johnson takes the ball, places the tee on the 35.
5-yard penalty. Carterville will re-kick.
Hopkinsville has two receivers deep here. They're standing at the 22-yard line. It's Johnson, right footer, line drive kick, taken right at the 35. And carrying it down across midfield. I don't know that it was really taken as it was implanted in the chest plate of the player because it was a line drive kick, and I believe it was Brody Harris that was the return man on that.
I mean, that looked like dodgeball at the junior high when that ball come through there. The kicker was in on the tackle as well.
So they have it. The plus 45 of Carterville. So here comes quarterback Josiah McCarley. McCarley from the shotgun. Throws it out left side, caught, and dropped out, tackled, rather, Aiden Jesse on the reception. It's going to be a gain of 9. So a quick throw. That's one thing, man, McCarley, he's got a quick release on those screens.
And he's going to need it, too, because they're getting in the backfield pretty quickly on him.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. McCarley throws it out again. Oh, got free down the far sideline. And nice tackle out there. And on the reception, Aiden Jesse.
Yeah, that's what you can't have. Like, you cannot miss a tackle and expect to have any kind of success against this team because that missed tackle means they're going to get a chance to get to full speed before someone else gets there.
So they set the ball down at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. And another screen pass near side. This time it's caught by DeAndre Watkins. Watkins a short gain down to about the 13-yard line.
Brought down immediately by Cappy and Jones. They were on that. And you just got to play fast. Like, you have to attack the ball. You can't sit back and wait for them to come to you. You've got to attack it, take some risks, look to make a play in the backfield. If you miss it, you miss it. But you got to try to be aggressive on this.
90 seconds remaining till halftime. 15-7, Lions have the 8-point lead. 2 receivers left for Hopkinsville. 1-2 here on the near side. Hopkinsville quarterback McCarley hands it off. Got away from one defender. did James Bradley Jr. Finally is bottled up at about the 10-yard line.
Looked like the ball came loose. I think he was already down. We heard a few extra whistles after it was over. But already been ruled down for a short gain on that one.
And we got a timeout that's taken with 63 seconds left. We'll keep it here. So
Coach Geralds wants to talk this over a little bit with his defense. He doesn't want to just get on our heels. Right now you get a chance to reset, get your feet back underneath you, take a look and talk about what you're seeing up top, talk about what you're seeing down there on the field. Let your kids say, hey, he's doing this to me. I'm worried. I'm going to get beat here. And so you discuss that, find a solution. Hopefully we'll make a play.
So we'll see what the defensive call is, but you got to give credit to Hopkinsville, man. That screen game, that's a good passing game. It's so fast. He takes one step, throws the screen, and just lets his athletes run. That's
an adjustment that we've seen here because early on it looked like he was trying to roll out and was taking a little deeper drop, and we were on him, and now they're like, we got to get this ball out of the pocket. And so that's what they've resorted to. So we need to make that adjustment defensively as well. Probably a little more pressure on the receivers.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers from Hopkinsville. McCarley throws it, caught short of the goal line. And as Carterville saying they got the ball, can't believe that they're not getting the call. Nice catch, but that was a crunching hit.
I'm not so sure that the biggest hit wasn't the two Carterville guys running into each other on that tackle.
First down, though. First down yardage. 1st and goal from the 5 for Hopville. Quarterback. No, excuse me. James Bradley Jr. direct snap in the Wildcat. And he loses yardage. Loss of about 4. Carterville snuffed that out the 2 or 3 times that they've tried to run that Wildcat.
They have. You got Luke Barnhart in the backfield already as soon as it happens, and Carter Jones coming over the top. Like we've been calling those guys' names a lot tonight.
Don't forget, you can keep up to date everything going on sports-wise, high school and SIU and John A. Logan if you go to riverradiosportscentral.com. Darren and Matt, everybody with River Radio Sports, you can listen to the broadcast right there on the River Radio Sports Central app. Carbondale, Marion, Heron, Murphy, and Carterville all right there in one spot, right on the app. Don't forget tomorrow morning, Sports Voice with Murph and Hudson starts at 8 o'clock. Who's going to be this week's Team of the Week?
PA announcer Gabe Herbst said the timeout was on Hopkinsville, but the scoreboard is showing that Carterville burned their last timeout, and Hopkinsville still has 2.
So Hopkinsville throws it down over. Was it picked off in the end zone? Almost. That was a ball that was underthrown, intended for Aiden Jesse, but Josiah McCarley didn't put enough air under that one.
He didn't. There was good coverage. Zach Carter, once again, he's not afraid to get a body on you. Like worst case scenario, they call a pass interference. But if they don't, you have a chance for the interception. You had good inside position on that fade.
Ball is 3rd and goal now. Carterville's defense kind of bowing up here with just 19 seconds remaining till halftime. McCarley, that off the fingertips of his receiver. Again, Aiden Jesse coming across that left side.
Absolutely popped as soon as the ball got there. He came across the middle, which is a dangerous place for a receiver anytime. And the ball was left a little high, and just as he's trying to catch the ball, he got absolutely pummeled by, I believe, Hayden Harrell.
So here we go.
4th and goal.
4th and goal.
Big defensive stop here if the Lions can come up with it.
15 seconds remaining till halftime. McCarley drops back, wants to throw. Pressure. Carterville brings him down. Bring him down at the 20-yard line. And what a great job defensively. Braden Brown once again.
Oh, I knew it was Braden Brown when I saw the sack dance. He's like Mark Gastineau out there. He's got one.
That was outstanding. He got a hold of McCarley, wouldn't let him go. And guess what? Carterville gets the ball back here with 9 seconds remaining. Keeps the score, an 8-point lead for Carterville. They lead it 15-7. Good job by Braden Brown. Johnson brings his offensive troops out. He's under center. Carterville takes the knee to take it to the half. Carterville leads it 15-7 as we are going to halftime. Good ball game here at Carterville tonight. Playing a team they've never faced before in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, the Tigers, and your Carterville Lions. 15-7 is their score. Stay with us. Our Central Hospital for Animals halftime report is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
Take a moment to congratulate our CHS boys golf team on their 2025 Southern Illinois River to River Ohio Conference title. This is the first time
Okay, bud. Thank you.
Hey, bub. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you.
we also would like to wish them luck in regional play this week coming up on Wednesday. Our girls golf team will be back in action competing in regionals this week on Tuesday. Good luck to our boys and girls golf team.
We going to Kennard when we come back, or we're gonna wrap? Or
We're going to talk, and
got
then
it.
we'll go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please direct your attention to midfield for tonight's CHS dance team performance, choreographed by CHS alumni and current Saluki Senior captain
Standing by.
Ashley Jackson.
Back at Carterville High School, it's Dave McKenzie with Keenan Clark. Entertaining first half of football here for the Carterville Lions as they host the Hopkinsville Tigers. It is 15-7 here at the half, and that was a good half of the adjustments that both teams had to make. They did a good job of that.
They did. Just an old-fashioned gridiron grudge match, you know?
Yeah.
Like they have just been slugging it out, both sides. One team's throwing
Slobber
it.
knocker, is that what we
Yes,
call
that's
it?
what we call it. And both teams have been slugging it out tonight, and I've just been very impressed with this game. Very entertaining game to watch.
Absolutely. We'll go back to the first quarter, and Carterville had the football to start the game. They took the opening kickoff, 8 plays, had to punt it away. Hopkinsville went for 3 and out as they were trying to find a way to get it work against that Carterville D and couldn't do it. Carterville gets the ball back, a 9-play drive, capped up with a 1-yard touchdown run from Carter Jones. Extra point was good with 53 seconds left. Carterville led at the end of the first quarter 7-0. Kind of back and forth the two teams went. Hopkinsville recovered a muffed punt, and then it was a 21-yard touchdown run from James Bradley Jr. That came at the 5:59 mark, and that tied it up 7-7. Carterville gets the football right back 7 plays later. 21-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones. 2-point conversion was good, and that's where we stand now, 15-7. That was just a good half of football.
The thing that I noticed most that half was Carterville's defense and their ability to get negative plays from Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville, the very first play of the game, they rolled for 9.5 yards and ended up punting because it was 4th and 7. And then down on this last drive, Hopkinsville, with plenty of time on the clock, gets the ball inside the 5 or just around the 5, 1st and goal, and the play or the series ends up on the 20-yard line. So Carterville is making positive gains from the defensive side of the ball, pushing Hopkinsville back. Now, they're still making some offensive plays. Hopkinsville had some explosivity, but the main thing that I'm noticing is this defensive Carterville getting those big losses and moving the line of scrimmage back in the wrong direction.
Coach Brett Dye and I talked about this on our pregame chat today. Carterville's defense And I said to him, it's really, I feel like we've underrated the Carterville D. We talk about them every game, but I didn't realize how good they are. But first down, the opponent's first down conversion rate, they have 30. Let me kind of sort this out. We're only allowing 9.25 first downs per game to the opponents. The opponent's third down efficiency, they are 8 of 36 on the season for 40. That means Carterville is 41% successful on that. That's outstanding.
It is.
Opponent's fourth down, they are 2 of 14 going for it on fourth down.
Well, I think what we've seen tonight and what you see on third downs and the fourth downs, that's when as a defensive coordinator, Sean Gerald's, he's turning the dogs loose. Like he's letting them off the leash, just go. And our kids are doing a really good job of taking advantage of that. When you see Barnhart and Bouchard and Brown and Jones, all of those guys, they're getting in the backfield and they're just wreaking havoc.
15-7 is our score here at the half as the pride of the Lions, the marching band, comes out onto the field. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Central Hospital for Animals halftime report. When we come back, you're going to get the report from Darren Kennard with River Radio Sports Central. That's coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Going to be off headset for a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. Okay. We're here.
No matter where I go, no matter what I see, my heart always leads me back here. Home is where the heart is.
Back at Carterville High School, Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you here. Halftime. Carterville leads it 15-7. Keenan. And I'm going to update a couple of other scores here real quick for you here at the half. I mentioned earlier that Darren Kennard was going to Flora. He was going to cover Flora, Johnston City.
Yeah.
Halftime score there. JC leads it 16-6 over Flora this evening. So
Johnson City's just been on a roll.
Man, they
through
have
the
been.
Regular season and postseason for several years in a row now.
At the half, Cesar Valier Waltonville leads CZRE 26-0. Murphy shutting out Heron 14-0. That was 6:20 remaining in the second quarter was the last score I saw there.
I think it's now 20.
Is it now 20?
Yep, it's 20-0 right now.
So I'm going to see if I can refresh my scoreboard here real quick and see if we can get some updated South 7 scores. Altoff and Mount Vernon tied at the half at 15. Cahokia leads Marion 14-7, as we mentioned. Centralia, Carbondale 7-7 was the last score we were receiving. Black Diamond, Carmi White County getting shut out by Fairfield 16-0. Hamco leads El Dorado 16-14. Also, let's look at some Cahokia games. Dupo leads Carlisle 26-20. Sparta over Redbud 21-8. Chester over Westland, second quarter action 28-13. Roxana Shells leads Salem 33-0. Central Cougars lead East Alton Wood River, shutting them out 35-7. And Macomb and Mater Dei are tied. That's a first quarter score that we have there. Some Nashville leading West Frankfort 21-0. DuQuoin has a 7-point lead on Pinckneyville. Pinckneyville's been playing better ball this year.
Yeah.
They've played some better than what they have in the last few years. Murphy, as we said, leads Heron now 20-0. In Harrisburg and Massac County, no score being reported. Anything surprise you?
I was really hoping that the Christopher Sesser game would be a tight game, and it looks like Sesser's got a pretty good lead on that one. But other than that, I think keep an eye on that Marion game.
What a story that's been with Mike Rude.
It has been.
With Christopher, and they've got 2 wins this season, and it's such a great story because he just wins wherever he goes.
And he's from Christopher originally, and I remember when I played from him in high school, if we won on a Friday night, because we were in the Black Diamond at the time, and we won on a Friday night, he couldn't wait to go to the Maid-Right in Christopher on Saturday morning so he can see his old cronies and talk about his win. So he never did lose ties with Christopher.
There's nothing wrong with the Maid-Right in Christopher either.
I agree. Get you a loose
I'll go up there and
sandwich
chat with
there.
his cronies too because I'd love that place. But 15-7 is our score here at Carterville. Your Central Hospital for Animals halftime report. Both teams are back out going through their final stretches. We're going to go on and take our final break. And when we come back, we'll have second half action. Lions up 15-7 here at home over Hopkinsville on News Radio WJPF. I made the mistake of eating a pretzel bite. Hey, everybody online, thank you for watching. Yes, sir, 90. Sorry about that. Okay. Back at Carterville High School. Week 5 of the high school football season. Next week, going to be home again. I think next week is homecoming.
There's a few things going on next week, you bet.
Homecoming weekend for the Carterville Lions.
Yep, homecoming parade on Friday, and then Friday night you've got the Harrisburg Bulldogs coming to town. A lot of activities.
Should be a lot of fun.
Coronation dance on Saturday.
Yep. Then week after, it will be, of course, senior night. Then we finish up on the road, the last 2 games at Murphy, at AJ to wrap. We're over halfway done with the football season already.
Yeah, once this
after tonight.
Yeah, once this half starts, we're over halfway done.
How about that? It's crazy. 15-7 is our score here this evening. Carterville led it 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Hopkinsville came back and tied it up with 5:59 remaining in the second. But on the next possession, it was a 21-yard touchdown run. Nice run from Jamie Jones. 2-point conversion gave the Lions that 15-7 lead, and that's where we stand right now. Hopkinsville going to have the football to start the second half. What do you think the coaching staff said to the Lions at half?
Well, I think it's a matter of counting your successes right now. It's all positive, whereas last week there was a lot of mistakes and probably didn't feel great at halftime. Whether you had the win or not, we didn't play as clean as we could have played, and we played pretty well tonight. I mean, there's been a penalty or two and a fumble, but we're getting hit and we're getting challenged, and that's going to happen. But we've played really good football. Let's build on the positives and continue to do what we do.
Getting set up for the second half kickoff, and as we said, Hopkinsville is going to have the ball to start play here in the second half. They'll be moving left to right. Carterville special teams unit comes together. I see Coach Joel Samberski down there on the sideline. Got his arms crossed. Stretches out. I think he still thinks he could get in there and whip it around a little bit.
I think he can too.
Probably can.
I'd agree with him
for
on
about
that.
3 throws.
Yeah,
probably. He's probably got 3. If we needed 3 good throws, he could probably do that.
Well, I'm not going to paint him with that brush. I think if he wants to go out and throw the ball, I'd let him throw the ball a little bit. I'll let him take himself out.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. So Carterville teeing it up at the 40-yard line.
Now we brought in, looks like we've got Carter Woods in here to kick. When Carter comes in and kicks, he's pretty good. He's had a good season so far of just spotting that ball. They've got somewhere that they want this ball on the kickoff, and that's why they brought Carter in here. Whereas Gavin's a little bit more of a power kid. Carter's a little more finesse on the kickoffs, and we're going to see what they have dialed up here. I wonder if it's going to be an onside kick. Nope.
So here we go. Ball goes out of bounds here on the near side, and a flag indicates the fact the ball went out of bounds. So Hopkinsville is going to have it at the Carterville or at their own 35 to start things here in this second half of football. We appreciate you here on News Radio WJPF. Brian back at the studio. And thank you for listening, or if you're watching on our YouTube channel, thank you for watching there as well.
Let's hope the defensive side of the ball, they continue to play well. Hats off to Coach Gerald's, Coach Wakey. They've had a great plan coming into this. Anytime our defense seems like they were on their heels, they hit the pause button and got a reset and got everything righted the ship defensively. And let's just continue to put pressure on that quarterback and keep that run game stifled.
Josiah McCarley is the quarterback for Hopkinsville. Ball from the near hash. Swing pass lateral out to the left side. James Bradley Jr. gets free down the far sideline. One man to beat, and he's finally forced out of bounds.
We got 2 flags in the backfield on the play. Looks like a block in the back. This ball's coming back.
Ball, that flag is at the 32-yard line. And that's going to back Hopkinsville up. They set it down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Andy Johnson had a bead on the quarterback and was about to make a tackle in the backfield. And number 5, Jeremiah Smith for the Tigers, got a couple of hands on him and knocks him out of the play. And when they did that, both flags came in at the same time. They're going to call that every time. It's too obvious.
So Hopkinsville has it, 1st and 20 from their own 25. McCarley. He that's the direct snap to James Bradley Jr. Another flag comes in. We'll have to see what the call is. It's going to be holding against Hopkinsville, and they're going to go backwards once again.
When you're looking at the stat sheet for Hopkinsville, now they've had some big positive plays, but when you look at the yardage on the plays, you're going to see more negatives than you are positives on that.
And a second flag just came in, holding against Hopkinsville.
They're going to decline that.
It. Sideline infraction. Maybe a warning issued.
I'm guessing that's what it was.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think if they take the holding penalty, it's 1st and, it knocks them back a little bit. But I think they're going to go ahead and take the loss of down.
Yep.
Thinking we can hopefully keep them from getting 20 yards in the next 2 plays.
McCarley from the shotgun. Drops back, 2-step drop, pumps it right side. Nice catch, diving catch out here by DeAndre Watkins.
Yep, that takes it back to the original line of scrimmage. Jack Dotson in coverage on that and just covers him up as soon as the ball is caught. You're going to give them that 10-yard out when they've got 20 yards to go.
So it's 3rd and 11 now for the Tigers from Hopkinsville.
Hopkinsville has been getting the ball out quickly, but the problem is if you do that and you get tackled, there's no yards to gain. So they're going to want to let that play develop a little bit, and our defensive line's got to find a way to push a little pressure on him.
Trip receivers here to the near side, moving left to right, and they
That's
jumped about 3 seconds early, so that's going to back them up again. As on the jump, it was DeAndre Watkins and James Bradley Jr. They were kind of the slot receivers there, and they both jumped at the same time.
Yeah, they both had a miscommunication going.
So it's 3rd and 16 for Hopkinsville now. They send those 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. McCarley splits out his running back. He winds up in the slot. Feels some pressure, and a gang tackle right there. That was a Pride of Lions coming together.
Jamie Jones, Braden Brown, and Luke Barnhart. I don't think anybody blocked any of the 3 of them.
I don't think so either.
I was watching Jamie on this side. I wonder where he's going to be on this play, and he ran in completely untouched. And he was the second one there.
It's going to be 4th and 23 now for Hopkinsville. They're going to have to punt it. Carterville could have some excellent field position here after this punt. Kick blocked in the backfield, just falling on it. Carterville is going to have it inside the 10 of Hopkinsville. And how about that defense for the Carterville Lions?
Hopkinsville just has not found an answer for it yet. The ball is not only, that's the 2nd week in a row that Luke Barnhart blocked a punt, and this time he blocked it and recovered the fumble.
So they set the ball down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal from the 6 for Carterville. 9:47 here in the 3rd quarter. Trying to extend this 15-7 lead. And Brett Dial is upset. There's some confusion coming on the field late. Just trying to get the offensive set. And Silas Lee was the last one to get in there. So Carterville had to take a timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. Malone's Early Learning Center. Also brought to you by Ralph Small Engine on Route 51, just south of Beltville. full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running.
Well, last week we had an issue with 12 man on the field at one point in time. And this time I think there was a substitution change, and Silas comes in late. And I'm not sure if he was supposed to be on the field or not, but Coach Dial knew that something was going to be wrong with the alignment. So instead of taking the penalty this week, we got the timeout called from the sideline.
So, Carterville, great field position. From the 7, to get to Johnny Miller, trying to get the corner. Cuts it up and brought down inside the 5. What a nice defensive recovery there by Hopville as Jayon Bass came in to stop Johnny Miller.
Good. I thought when he beat the first guy, when Johnny beat the first guy on the edge, I thought he's going to be able to run this one in. And then here comes Bass on the trail and does a one-on-one. It's not easy to tackle Miller one-on-one.
So they set the ball down at the 4. 2nd and goal from the 4. Lions trying to extend this 15-7 lead. It's 9 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Johnson from under center. Gives it to Jamie Jones. Jamie's 2nd touchdown of the game. A 4-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones.
Again, it's just so much for them to account for. Hopkinsville, they've got to worry about Miller. You got to worry about Andy Johnson, who ran the ball, always been our goal line guy you can count on so far in the season. If they've been watching film, Carter Jones has been running the ball on the goal line. And then who's got Jamie? Will they get him to jump offside?
21-7 is our score pending the PAT, which is good. 22-7. Carterville has the lead. 8:59 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Lions up 22-7 on News Radio WJPF. Yes. Kickoff. Taken out to about the 30-yard line. That's where Hopkinsville is going to get the football. They're going to mark it down right at the 30.
Great job of standing contained on the kill-off team. Addison Mann, I think it's the 2nd time he's been in on a special teams tackle. But they just stayed at home, and the up back when he was trying to return it was just dancing left and right, couldn't find anything, took a few steps backwards, and I think might have lost some yardage in the last couple of seconds of that play.
22-7 with 8:49 remaining. Here comes Hopkinsville. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. McCarley whips it out to the left side. It's caught there, bottled up, though, right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of 1, it appears. So bringing up 2nd down and 9 from the 31-yard line.
Good job. The corners now realize that Hopkinsville is getting the ball out a little faster. Their success is coming from the quick screens, the bubbles on the outside. So our corners have moved up. A little tighter coverage now in order to take that away, or at least minimize the damage when the ball is caught.
So Josiah McCarley, the sophomore quarterback. Left-hander from under center. Turns around. Hands it off. Gain of about 2, maybe 3 there. Not much, though. Taking it out to the 34-yard line.
Just not much materialized yet for the run game for the Tigers at this point in time. Defensive line, Jeremiah Bouchard getting in on that one. Jamie Jones, who's had a career night tonight.
Jamie Jones with 2 touchdowns. Carter Jones. It's all Jones tonight.
We are.
I think that's what we'll say.
Keep up with the Joneses
We're
here.
Jones in here tonight. 3rd and 6. McCarley has a man wide open. The defender fell down, recovered, got back up, and coming in and making a tackle late after the big gain on that pass play. Puts it down into Carterville territory. The reception by Aiden Jesse of Hopkinsville.
Just a slip by Zach Carter, who's been so good tonight in the coverage on that side. He tried to cut back and lost his footing, went to a knee, and by the time he came up, the receiver was past him. Luckily, Carson Davis in hot pursuit runs him down, took a good pursuit angle, gets him down, and gives us a chance again.
So McCarley drops back 2 steps, throws it deep down the left side, puts it out there off the hands of the diving receiver. Almost a beautiful catch out there. Good coverage.
It was a great throw, and he had to lay out for it, but if he'd have thrown it much shorter, it would have hit Carter in the back of the head, Zach Carter in the back of the head.
Aiden Jesse was the intended receiver. He laid out for it.
But if you're forcing them to make that play, well, then you're doing a great job defensively on the front and the back end of that. If they've got to throw that ball and make that play to beat you, make them do that.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 40. And a whistle stops the play.
There's a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be motion, I believe, procedure. Yep.
So that's going to back him up. 6:48. The clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter.
So far in this half, Hopkinsville has not done themselves any favor with the penalties.
No, they haven't.
They've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times.
Ball is setting at the 45. So it's 2nd down and 15 from the 45. McCarley drops back, pressure, throws it, caught, 1st down, and a little bit more for the Tigers. McCarley had a defender right in his grill, but a nice reception by Jeremiah Smith, and that moves the chains for the Tigers.
You can't overstate how good that play was. The left-handed quarterback had somebody barreling in from the backside. It was Jamie Jones, and he threw a dart. Nice catch in traffic and a good run after catch. Luckily, I think it was Jack Dotson that brought him down and saved the touchdown, but what a fantastic play offensively for the Tigers, but still not enough for the score. They've not quite made it into the red zone yet.
1st and 10 from the 24. McCarley gives it to his tailback, wrapped up right there. Short gain, maybe about a half a yard on that carry. Jeremiah Smith. So 2nd down and 9 from about the 23.
Bouchard and Braden Brown once again all over that run game.
Clock rolls, 5:20 here in the 3rd. McCarley brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9. 2-step drop, across the middle, has a man there, caught, touchdown. Touchdown to James Bradley Jr., a 23-yard touchdown pass from McCarley to James Bradley Jr.
Yeah, really good throw and even a better catch. We had coverage right there on him, and he gets both hands on the ball. And when he got both of them in, it was no doubt.
22-13. Pending the PAT. Looks like Tigers may go for 2 here. Make it a 7-point ball game if they're successful on the 2-point conversion. Bradley Jr. is the tailback.
Maybe they're going to do a drop kick.
Yep. Timeout taken by Hopkinsville. We'll keep it right here for the moment. But what a beautiful pass across the middle there. And James Bradley Jr. on the receiving end.
They come out right there, and you're like, why were they calling a timeout? Well, this is a big 2-point conversion. Probably if you go by the book that they use, probably supposed to kick it here. and then go for 2 on the next one if that becomes the case, because you never know. There could be a field goal or something in between, so take the points when you can. However, what they did was they got to the line of scrimmage. They saw the alignment, where we were at. They wanted to see where our defense was going to be, how we were going to try to defend it. They let the people up top in the booth call down. They say, all right, this is what we've seen. We got a good picture of it. Now let's call timeout and make sure we hit the right spots. So is Carterville going to counter with that with maybe a little shift defensively, bring a different piece of personnel in just to try to throw a wrinkle into this timeout and the plan that they're putting together now?
So let's find out. The ball setting at the 3-yard line.
If you look, number 78 is out there on defensive line as well. Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith, yeah. So here we go, McCarley. It's James Bradley Jr. from the Wildcat, though. Direct snap to Bradley. Cuts it up and picks up the 2-point conversion. Did I see a flag fly? No. 2-point conversion is good and makes it a 7-point ball game. 22-15. Carterville has the 7-point lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
The score is Carterville 22, Hopkinsville 15. Number 25, Gavin Hart, set to kick.
Back here at Carterville.
Cal Dunning with good hands to pick that ball up, saving it from having to get to the back line. Gets the ball inside or past the 30-yard line. About to 32 is where Carterville's going to take over. Be a nice time for one of those long 8 or 10 play drives. Just keep moving the chains down. Eat up some clock.
Under 5 to play here in the third. Here comes the Lions offense. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. They have the 7-point lead, 22-15. Ball's at the far hash, right to left on your radio dial. Andy Johnson from under center. Gives it to his fullback, right up the gut.
You know, when we're in this wishbone, I don't see us pulling our linemen. We're conserving a little bit of energy. We're doing a lot of zone blocking, block down, straight ahead, and letting some of our running backs do a little bit of the lead blocking here. But normally what you see is a lot of guard pull, a lot of tackle pull. Those guys are getting out on the edge trying to lead it. But we haven't seen as much of that tonight.
Carter Jones on the carry, picks up 3, so now it's 2nd down and 7. Ball is at the 36-yard line. Again, full backfield for the Lions. Now the tailback, Jamie Jones trying to get outside this time. He's bottled up. Grab a hold of a Jamie Jones leg and don't let go. That's what that defense was right there. Getting back to the line of scrimmage. Keeps it 3rd and 7 from the 36-yard line. Hopkinsville 3-2 on the season. Carterville riding a 4-game win streak to start the year.
I think that last play was supposed to develop inside, and it just got stretched out, bounced out a little bit. It wasn't there. And so when the outside blocking, you've got Miller and Ryman out there blocking out, and that's just right where Jamie went. He went right into the traffic.
3rd down and 8. End around. Miller trying to get to the outside. 1st down, down the sideline. Across the 40, the 30. One man to beat. Cuts it up down inside the 20. Finally, Johnny Miller gets loose on the outside and takes it deep into Hopkinsville territory.
You knew it was going to happen. At some point in time, he's going to find that edge. And we haven't seen him put that speed on yet today. And he did a fantastic job of getting north and south as soon as he got around the corner. Took it right up the hash marks.
Under the crescent moon to the southwest, Carterville has the football. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Up the gut. on the carry. Carter Jones bangs it down to about the 10-yard line.
You know, Carterville's wanting to eat some clock, but right now you've got that defense on their heels. You're going to keep punching while you've got them falling backwards.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Carterville with the ball at the 12-yard line of Hopkinsville.
Late defensive
Substitution
here coming in.
Johnson gives it to Jamie Jones. He's already got 2 touchdowns and fights his way down to the 5-yard line.
That's going to be enough to move the chains. Going to get us a 1st and goal.
Outstanding.
Just outside of the 5.
1st and goal to go from the 5 for the Lions. Ball is touching the 5-yard line. 2:17 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Lions trying to extend this 22-15 lead, the 7-point lead. Johnson from under center. From the 5. Gives it Carter Jones. He gets to about the 3. A good job of getting a hold of Carter Jones and not letting go. Right there was Foster Jackson for Hopkinsville.
You know, the coaches have to stay inside the box. They've got the white box here, and they can't really see what's going on down the sideline. But there's Shane Hawkins down there with his bucket hat on, and Shane Hawkins does not know what a coach's box is. And so he's down there giving information. He's passing information along down here to the coaches to where the ball's at and what kind of placement we got.
So it's 90 seconds remaining. Johnson to Miller. Didn't quite get the goal line. Had a little bit of a jump. He's that last step.
You know, we do have the ball in the middle of the field. We do have a field goal kicker who can hit this shot.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2 now. So 2 more plays offensively available for the Lions.
Back in the wishbone, double tight bone.
Andy Johnson keeps it himself. Touchdown for your Carterville Lions. 2 yards by your quarterback, Andy Johnson.
You know, we say he hawks a bunch of touchdowns from those guys that work so hard to get him down there, but he's got the best view of where the ball needs to go. He's sitting right on top. His head's looking at that right side. There's a huge gap just in front of Morris and Huizinga, and he just takes it right off that right side where there's a soft spot and scores.
Boy, nice answer for the Carterville Lions as they've come right back to score, pending the extra point. Snap.
Got another jump.
Oh, got him to jump, so maybe Carterville will go for 2 again.
Do you do it?
Going for 1. They're going to kick it. Going for 1.
But it's nice to have options.
Always got to have options. 28-15. Carterville ready to go. Johnson on the hold. Good snap, hold, kick. Good. How about that? Carterville comes right back. 28-15 is the score. 29-15, excuse me, is the score. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Flag on the play.
After the kickoff.
There's a flag on the play.
On the return by Keyshawn Teal, there's a flag on the play for Hopkinsville. Carterville leads it 29-15 here with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Reggie Wilson saving several yards with the tackle that he made coming in from the side. But all for naught. Penalty's going to take them all the way back to the 38-yard line or 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line. Let's see if Carterville's defense can go to work again.
So here comes the Tigers from Hopkinsville. Josiah McCarley, the quarterback, has two receivers to the far side. One here on the near side, puts a man in motion. That's Bradley Jr. McCarley wants to go deep, does go deep, has a man! That was Bradley Jr. who got behind Andy Johnson. The ball hits off his shoulder pad and falls incomplete.
That's a really good break for the Lions. They didn't get any pressure on the quarterback, had a man open. When you're asking Andy Johnson to cover Bradley Jr., the running back coming out of the backfield, that's a tough thing for him to do. And so, yeah, he was a couple of steps behind him, and we got a break that the ball was thrown just a little bit behind the receiver. He could have probably stopped, got his feet underneath him, and caught the ball and still had a sizable gain. But he went for the home run, and now it's 2nd and 10.
39 seconds in the third. McCarley, two-step drop, rolls to his left, throws it, has a man. Nice diving stop out there for Carterville's defense. I think that was Jack Dodson that dove out and knocked that one to the turf.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if the ball hit the turf. There was a little bitty pile there of players when the ball was knocked down, and the ball popped up in the air, and it was grabbed by Jamie Jones, but Jamie didn't even try to sell it that he caught it, so it must have bounced off the turf.
So 3rd down and 10 from the 33. 31 seconds now.
We've got some equipment on the field. Something has fallen off. If someone's pad is loose or something. Looks like a towel maybe. Now we're back in action.
So everybody resets. Puts a man in motion. That's Teal. McCarley rolls left, throws it, has a man. First down for Hopkinsville, out to midfield. And across midfield to about the 48-yard line. Nice little rolling pass from McCarley for Hopville.
They roll him out to get a little bit of room. And Carson Davis, who's now wearing number 22, came out there and gave him all the pressure he could, but just too much time. They're trying to create a little space by rolling out.
At the Carterville 49, Carterville has pressure on McCarley, drives him to the turf. Great job getting to the quarterback for a big loss.
Jeremiah Bouchard, who we mentioned earlier that he has lost some weight and he is so much quicker and has become quite an impressive pass rusher for this Carterville defense.
29-15 is our score at the end of the third. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF. Whatever you want to do here, Brian. $60, okay. Back at Carterville High School, 12 minutes remaining as we head to the fourth quarter. Hopkinsville has it. It is 2nd down and 20. Throw across the middle, caught. Reception by Aiden Jesse. Good defense right there. It's going to be a gain of about 2.
Well, we talked about they try to drag those tight ends across the middle of the field just to keep your linebackers honest, to give the quarterback a little bit more time. That was one of those cases they drug him across. It was there, and they hit him, but Carterville had read it. I saw Coach Gerald's doing jumping jacks on the sideline, trying to indicate that where the ball was going to go before it was even snapped. Good prep, good play. Short gain, 3rd and long.
Yep, 3rd and 18, it looks like. So McCarley, Josiah, the quarterback, forced to throw the ball, throws it deep, has a man out there, and a flag's going to come in. Yeah, he bumped him. That was Carterville's Hayden Harrell that bumped the defender, and that was Aiden Jesse. So it's going to be pass interference on Carterville. Still don't know that it's going to be enough for the 1st down, though. It's going to be short. Wow.
Oh,
so
my.
they'll offset.
They will. Let's play this one again. I'm okay with that.
Yep. So back to 3rd and 18. So it was actually holding on Hopkinsville, pass interference on the Lions. Those offset. The ball comes back and is going to be set down at the 42-yard line.
So there was a lot of contact with Harrell and the receiver on that, and I understand why the flag came in. I think Harrell's case was that the receiver was grabbing him and not the other way around. That's why they looked tied up. But
3rd and 19. Dump pass across the middle, covered up right there. And a good job. Bradley Jr. received the pass, but Carterville's defense right on top of him.
Andy Johnson, who was in on that last tackle, on that last sack that we had with Bouchard, now makes another tackle in the backfield. It's 4th and forever for Hopkinsville now. But, man, you have got to be impressed with the speed at which our defense is playing. They are just flying everywhere.
4th and 21 now from the 43-yard line. And they punt it away. It's going to be fielded back at the 25-yard line, trying to get to the outside near the sideline, grab the back of the jersey. That was Jack Dodson on the return. No foul. He grabbed a hold of the jersey.
He did. I don't know what the rule is, how high up or how close to the neck it has to be. He probably had him just at the top of the numbers, wrote him out of bounds. But here's another thing. Jack, who was involved in that play where the coverage was right on him, he drops the punt earlier in the game. It turned into a quick touchdown. Goes back and fields that one and says, I'm going to make a play this time. And doesn't shy away, doesn't get away or try to hide. Jack wanted to be a part of making something happen. I really like to see that out of the sophomore.
Used his speed to get to the outside.
You bet.
Sets up Carterville 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. They lead it 29-15. It's the give to the tailback. That's Johnny Miller. Spins and then hits the turf across midfield.
What did we say earlier in the game? That Carterville's got 3 running backs now, and they're really feeding all 3 of them and not just overfeeding Johnny. So Johnny's legs are still pretty fresh. And this Hopkinsville's defense, if you look at them, they are slumped over. They look a little tired.
Hands on their hips.
Hands on their hips. And we got a fresh set of legs back there.
2nd and 8 from midfield for Carterville. Under 10 to play here in this game.
Run, clock, run.
Johnson under center. Gives it to his fullback, crashing forward. Is that Carter Jones?
Should be enough for a 1st down. It's going to be really close.
It's right at the line to gain. They're going to have to take a peek down the line.
We're going to see.
It's going to be short.
We're going to see Andy go up there, find a little hole in the soft spot, and try to get this 1st down. We don't need to pick up 4. We need to pick up 4 feet.
Yep. So 3rd and short. Once again, same set for the Lions. Carter Jones, the fullback. Jamie Jones, Johnny Miller, the tailbacks. And 1st down. Johnson just takes it. Didn't get a push or anything, just off of left guard. Keeper from the QB makes it first down for Carterville with 8:54 on the clock. Takes it down to the 44-yard line.
Morris, Huizinga, Hendricks, Smith, Ryman, those 5 guys have flat out played a ball game today, haven't they?
They've been outstanding.
You know, you think of an offensive line when they're having a good job, they're opening these big holes, but not tonight. Like, that's not an option against a 8-man front. What you have to do is create a crease for these guys to get a few yards, and they have done that all night.
So Johnson gives it to Miller. He gets to the outside across the 40, cuts it up to the 35, keeps going to about the 30-yard line before being taken out of bounds.
Johnson hands off to number 10, Johnny Miller.
Big gain. Is that enough for a first down already?
Yes, it is.
They're moving it. So at the end of the night, you're going to look and say, did Johnny Miller really have that many yards? I mean, he's grabbed 3 plays now that are 8 to 20 yards over the last 2 series. He's starting to rack up some points in that category.
First and 10 from the 33.
I don't know that Hopkinsville has an answer right now. They literally have every player in the box.
Yes, they do. And it's a give to Jamie Jones. Grab from behind, spins away, keeps fighting. Picks up some big yardage on that carry. Takes it for a gain of about 6, maybe 7. Most importantly, it keeps the clock running.
Number 77, Michael Harper for Hopkinsville, came out of the bottom of that pile holding the ball up, I think hoping to get a possession switched back to their side, but he was real dead. He's not going to get that here.
Jamie coming off the field, got his helmet on his left hand. He may be gashed and needs to get looked at.
So we go back into an I formation.
2nd and 5, Miller up the gut. Down, going to be just a touch short of the first down marker.
Jones is going to check back in, replace Aiden Swallers.
He's not cut then. He's just going right back out there.
He lost his helmet and probably had to sit out for the play
that's true.
anyway. So he came out.
3rd and 1, ball at the 24-yard line. Lions 29, Hopkinsville 15. 6:50 remaining here in the game. Johnson from under center. Keeps it. First down. Keeps the drive alive. Falls forward for a gain of about 1.5 yards. Moves the chains. 1st and 10, Carterville.
I mean, everybody who's followed a football team for a while has been on the other side of this. You're over there on the Hopkinsville side, and you're doing everything. Like, you're just saying, we cannot stop this run. And they're at the mercy of that offensive line, Andy Johnson and those 3 running backs right now.
It's going to be interesting to get some game stats and see how many times we run the ball tonight.
Yeah, but
I'm not good enough at math to go through this real quick. And
I can't remember our last pass.
I can't either. Give to Miller. Cuts it up. Ooh. Sidesteps 1 defender. Picks up 4, 5 more. Running so hard. Johnny Miller slipped a little bit on the turf.
Big time run. I thought he was going to be dead. 2 yards in the backfield. Kicks the guy off his foot. Gets a really good block by Carson Davis, who comes over and clears out the next man, giving Johnny a chance to get his feet back underneath him and then get back upfield. Good job by Carson by not giving up on that play there at the tight end position and helping us out.
Gain of 7. Leaves it 2nd and 3 for Carterville. Johnson taking time. Play clock down to 7 seconds. 6, 5. Now hands it to Jamie Jones. Off left tackle. Gets enough to move the chains. Keeps the drive going. First down and 10 for Carterville.
Teams that win games like this, they know how to finish the game. Like, you've got to run that play clock down. You've got to hang on to the ball. Don't get a stupid holding penalty, and don't do something silly out on the field like try to grab an extra 4 yards and lose the ball on a fumble. tuck it away, take the 2 yards or 3 yards, and then we'll see how it turns out. But if you turn the ball over here, like we're not dancing in the end zone yet, there's an opportunity. You know, the team that we're playing can score 2 touchdowns in 5 minutes. That's not much of a stretch.
Timeout on the field. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville. Reminding you, road closures for homecoming coming up on Friday. That's next Friday. Parade is at 1 o'clock, and the homecoming parade, it starts at Christian Covenant Church, and it goes north on Division Street through the four-way to the intermediate school. Division Street is going to be closed Friday evening between Grand and Virginia from 5 until 9. That's for the downtown car show. That's coming up next Friday, homecoming weekend. And the Harrisburg Bulldogs coming to town for homecoming on Friday night. But all this next Friday, 1 o'clock for the parade, 5 until 9 for the downtown car show. Thank you to Mayor Brad Robinson, the city of Carterville, for being sponsors of Carterville Lions sports. Coming out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for Carterville. Ball is at the 11-yard line.
Coach Dials out there on the field. Looks like he's not out there to argue, but rather to get some sort of clarification. Maybe there was a timeout on the timeout or a personnel situation here.
Okay, everybody's
in agreement.
Yep, seems to be good. So 1st and 10 for Carterville, threatening to score here. Gives it to Miller. Across the 10 to the 5, gets the corner, touchdown for Johnny Miller. An 11-yard touchdown run for the running back. Johnny Miller gets free to the outside. 5:06 remaining in the game. Extends the lead. Carterville 35, Hopkinsville 15. Extra point for the Lions. Snap. Oh, yeah, that one was blocked. No good. So the extra point is no good. It keeps it 35-15 here with 5:06 remaining in the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. (35-15) here at Lions Field. Carterville just 5:06 away from picking up their 5th win of the season to remain undefeated. Have the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Little short kick. Taking on the run at the 25-yard line, carrying it out to about the 42-yard line. Nice return there for Hopkinsville.
Zach Carter closed in on him, made the tackle. And you just want to make sure that you play good defense. If you get too protective and set back too much, you allow their guys to get out and run in the open field. You've still got to put a little pressure on the quarterback, and you've got to be able to just make tackles. Whenever they catch the ball, you got to make the tackle, which we have done a pretty good job of tonight.
Ball is at the 42-yard line for quarterback Josiah McCarley. Quick pitch, trying to get to Bradley Jr. He tries to get outside, runs over a couple defenders, carries it down to about the 46-yard line. Those were some hard-fought 4 yards for Bradley Jr.
You know, he was brought down by, I think it was Jamie Jones, but it was Andy Johnson that made that play what it was.
Got a flag. Chop block, I think, is what they're calling.
Could have been. But Andy wasn't going to let him get outside. Andy did not go for the tackle. Andy went to just try to turn him in, and when he turned him in, he had help. Good, smart play by the senior.
So that is going to be a 10-yard penalty. Actually, it's a 15-yard penalty. So they set the ball back at about the 32. Back to the 32, so 15-yard penalty. 4.5 remaining here in the game. McCarley threw it behind his receiver. It was intended for Keyshawn Teal. So we see the smoke from the cannon lofting over players' heads. Kind of a cool look here at Lions Field.
It is a scary little fog that hangs over the top of the field, isn't it?
We're supposed to see a little bit of fog, so overnight tonight, but that's just smoke here. So 3rd down and long from the 27. Oh, almost picked off here. Bradley Jr. was the intended receiver, and it was Drake Cappy that come flying in there. Almost had to dive for it. Almost came up with the interception.
Yeah, he missed his receiver by 5 yards. I don't know if there was a miscommunication on the route, but he throws the ball out where there was no one. Hayden Harrell was the closest person in play, and then Cappy comes flying in trying to make a game-sealing interception. Couldn't quite come up with it. 3rd and, 25?
Yeah. So now, from the 27 again. Jump pass. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a job defensively. That pass intended for Jeremiah Smith. It tipped off his hands as he jumped up, and then he had his legs taken out from under him.
Yeah, Carter Jones saw that. Again, they sniffed out that little screen that they try to run.
4th and 25 from the 27-yard line. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the game. 4th and forever for the Tigers. Hopkinsville's quarterback, McCauley, throws it deep down the right side, put it up, falls incomplete, and Carterville is going to take over on downs. Defense did their job there, Keenan Clark.
They sure did. Now your offense is going to come out, move the chains, or if nothing else, just milk the clock. Let's take a 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes off the clock. And not give them any room to work when they get the ball back.
Hopkinsville is a Class 6A school in Kentucky, the largest class.
Yep.
Almost 1,000 students. Carterville, we clock in just over 650. And Carterville 4 minutes away from getting a win over this class.
And it's been all Carterville all night. It's not like it's been a back-and-forth game. It was a close game early on, but it was a close game that looked like Carterville was in control. This has just been old school, run the football. We are back in Wishbone, 2 tight ends.
Trying to get to the outside. Johnny's looking for an opening. Fights his way down near the 20. It's going to be the 23.
Just stay in bounds and hang on to the ball, and time will take care of the rest.
Ball is at the 23-yard line. Clock continues to roll, 3:40. Coming up, postgame show. We'll recap the scoring here. Coach Brett Dial will join us postgame for our Johnny Logan College postgame interview, coach's show. Johnson from under center. Gives it to his fullback. Flag comes in. And carries it down to about the 20. The illegal shift on the Lions.
Yeah, we started moving before the ball was even snapped. I think Jamie Jones got up on his toes, started leaning a little bit. and couldn't stop before the ball was snapped.
Let the officials, they're trying to sort thing out. I was just kind of watching to see what's going on. Illegal shift, personal foul against the Lions.
Now, those are the things that you can prevent. Like this, let's not do this. I don't know where the personal foul came from, but that's not necessary when you've got a lead.
Against Carterville, that's 15 yards. It's going to back him up. So the ball comes back to the 43-yard line. It is going to be second down and 25. Got to reset the play clock. They do. Here we go. So 3:10 remaining in the game. And I got to think that was Big Jackson Smith. That was not a happy camper after that last play.
Yeah, I don't know what the call was, or he felt wronged in some way, so I don't know what it was on that. We're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, and talk about it. Let's keep it here. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. And also brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. Don't forget tonight, watch Facebook. Look for Darren Kennard, River Radio Sports Central, Friday Night Live. Now, he's got quite the drive to make, but sometime after, typically around 11 o'clock or so, is when he'll go through and recap all the scores from around Southern Illinois. So be watching for that. And then don't forget Sports Voice tomorrow morning. Murph and Hudson at 8 o'clock. I'll step in there and join them 9 o'clock. Got to go in there and razz them up. You
do. Keep them honest.
Hey, I tell you what. Throw the old Carterville Lions in there for Team of the Week after a win over Hopkinsville here tonight. We'll name the Team of the Week coming up tomorrow. 2:52 remaining here in this ball game. Johnson from under center. Rolls right. Going to keep it himself. Nice defensive tackle out there. Well done, well played by DeAndre Watkins. As a matter of fact, it's a loss for the Lions. Johnson rolled out a little bit, quarterback keeper. So third down, and that was probably a loss of about 3.
We're going to run that play clock for another 20 seconds. It's going to get it probably under 2 minutes by the time this next play is over.
Coming up, Carterville's home next Friday night. Harrisburg Bulldogs come to town. Homecoming weekend for the Lions. Boy. Uh-oh. Get up, get up. Johnny, little gimpy getting up.
He's moving, to me, like a cramp because he's trying to hold it and stomp it out. You don't do that if you feel like you've pulled or twisted something. Let's get him off the field, punt the ball over, and let the defense get back to work.
Yeah, he's just, I think that's a cramp.
Let Brad Brush down here work his magic on him, see what he can do.
Put the magic gloves on. 4th and 27 for the Lions. Carterville's Jamie Jones set to punt. Good high kick. Hangs up there. And Carterville covers it up right at the 24-yard line. So Hopkinsville, minute 13 remaining in the game. Well done running that clock.
Oh, yeah, there was 2:25 whenever we went into the huddle at third down, and now there's 1:13. We got a full minute and 10 seconds off the clock by just running the ball once and punting.
35-15.
It's pretty much academic at this point in time,
Absolutely.
isn't it, Dave?
20-point lead for the Lions.
Tigers will begin their drive, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Ball's at the 22. Carterville's going to keep everything in front of them. They've dropped their DBs back deep. Almost cover 2, cover 3 for the Lions, and Carly just has to fall on the bad snap. And that's going to be a loss of about 9 yards. So 2nd and 19 as the clock rolls under a minute.
You know, you got to appreciate you've got guys like Harrell and Cappy and Carter and those guys, Swallers, they didn't get to catch many passes. They didn't even get passes thrown to them tonight. But the way they contributed defensively and otherwise offensively, here's one.
Picked off. Carterville's Aiden Swallers gets the interception. You just talk about them.
You go and you contribute where you need to contribute, and that's going to end it.
Right there, all Lions got to do is take a knee, and that'll be the ball game.
Hopkinsville has a long 2+ hour drive home tonight.
Yes, they do. And their record now is 3-3. Hey, your Carterville Lions, Keenan Clark, are 5-0.
They are 5-0 and on a roll right now, beating some good ball clubs.
So Johnson brings his offense out. One play, V formation for Carterville. 35-15 is going to be your final score. Carterville improves to 5-0 on the season, and that is going to be one happy Coach Brett Dial when he comes up for our post-game interview this evening. 35-15, Lions are now 5-0. Hopkinsville 3-3 on the season. Carterville wins it 35-15. Stay with us. Our Ward Chrysler post-game show continues here in 90 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Hopkinsville 15. We want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and we wish everyone a safe drive home. We'll see you back next week for our homecoming game. As the Lions take on the Bulldogs of Harrisburg.
Woo.
Standing by. (35-15), the final score here this evening. Carterville remains undefeated. They are 5-0 after beating Hopkinsville here this evening at Lions Field. And I tell you what, that is one fired up Smurf, Coach Smurf out there. He is in the middle of the circle, pumping the arms, got his hat backwards like always. He is one happy camper, and that is exactly the performance that Coach Brett Dial wanted to see out of this team tonight.
Well, he mentioned earlier in the week, if we're going to be successful, we're going to have to run the ball. And by golly, we ran the ball tonight. No doubt about that.
Outstanding performance. Carterville led it 7-0 at the end of the first quarter after the 1-yard touchdown from Carter Jones. That was with 53 seconds left. Lions were up 7-0 after the extra point. They were up 15-7 at the half. It was a muffed punt by Carterville that allowed Hopkinsville to tie the game 7-7 with 5:59 left. That was a 21-yard Bradley Jr. touchdown. Made it 7-7, but the ensuing possession for Lions, it was a 21-yard touchdown carry by Jones with 2:44 remaining. The two-point conversion was good. That's where we had the 15-7 lead at the half. Carterville jumped him there in the third. Gets the shutout. Well, actually, they scored one in the second half. 29-15 at the end of third, 35-15. The final score here this evening. Just an all-around outstanding performance from the Lions.
You know, Carterville, the way to look at it is they just kept leaning on him and leaning on him and leaning on him, and Hopkinsville just kept getting further and further back on their heels. And then things just collapsed for them in the second half.
Yep.
Offensively, just continued to pressure them, and then defensively, they never got their feet settled. Like, I don't know what was more impressive, our offensive line tonight or the speed at which our defense closed in on every single play.
I couldn't choose one over the other. It was all good, all around. Just a fantastic performance from the Carterville Lions this evening, and they remain undefeated on the year. So, job well done, head coach Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions.
I don't think that a lot of people will look at this and realize how big of a win this was. Like, this was a really, really good win for Carterville. Like, that's a very talented, dynamic offense. It's a team very similar to doing what Marion does, and we were better this week than we were week one against Marion.
Absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, and you look at Hopkinsville's schedule, you know, they play Stratford, Tennessee, which is in Nashville, get the win in week one. They play Chicago Presser and get the win 55-0. I mean, that's a Chicago City team, but there's no slouches in up there. And then, you know, they beat Trigg County 55-28, and then last week they lost a close game to South Warren 33-21. They're a good ball team. This was a solid win for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, and there were times when they gave us trouble with certain things that we were trying to do. We did not have a whole lot of luck running on the edge early on, but another thing that made a difference is that we saw what a fresh Johnny Miller can do to a worn-out defense in the second half, and the load being taken off by the way that Carter Jones ran and Jamie Jones and Andy and that offensive line basically giving Johnny Miller an opportunity to keep himself fresh for that whole second half, and he that's when he got free and got open.
Couple of final scores from around the region. Cesar-Valier Waltonville gets the win over Christopher this evening, 40-6. Murphy shutting out Heron 33-0. And I had seen earlier, now we saw Heron a week ago, and Jackson Hudson, the quarterback, got hurt tonight.
Oh, no.
And looked like he was not going to return tonight. Of course, that's Scott Hudson's grandson from Heron.
He played well against us.
Yeah, he did. But those are the scores that we've got right now. We're going to go on and take our break here on our postgame show brought to you by Ward Chrysler as we wait for Coach Brett Dial to come join us coming up. We're going to go on and take another break. Lions win it tonight, 35-15 over Hopkinsville, Kentucky, here on News Radio WJPF. He's on his way up here now, Brian. I think we're good. Carterville Lions get the win tonight, 35-15 over Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Carterville now improves to 5-0 on the season. Hopkinsville, they are a 500 ball team. They are 3-3 on the season. Next week, big celebration weekend in Carterville. It's homecoming. Harrisburg coming to town in week 6.
You always want to defend your home turf on homecoming. You're going to have a good crowd, a lot of people in for that game. Harrisburg has been struggling a little bit as of late, but you never know. Whenever they come to town, they always give us trouble.
There's a rivalry there.
There is.
And so you, like you said, you want to always defend your home turf on homecoming weekend. And then the following weekend, we get into senior night. And we're over halfway done with the football season already for 2026. It's hard to believe that is the case, but it is the case. And Coach Brett Dial joins us here in the press box. Our Coach's Show, it's brought to you by John A. Logan College. Charge into your future with John A. Logan College. Think you got exactly what you wanted in tonight's ballgame?
Yeah, you guys know that's what we're going to try to do tonight. Our game plan was to really put a second tight end there, and we thought that would balance them up defensively, and then we had, kind of what we wanted on both sides of the ball, not just, we run that single tight end and our twin set. We knew that they were going to load up that tight end side, which was our heavy run side. So this week we just kind of put in a double tight set, and then we threw in another little wrinkle this week. We decided that if we're going to go double tie, we might as well bring in 2 more running backs. So we got a little double tie wishbone night, and man, they had a lot of trouble stopping that. Our guys were physical. Up front, our running backs ran hard. Our running backs blocked well. There were some big blocks from our backs, and it was a good night for us offensively. Defense, man, to hold these guys to 15 points and just have them, really behind the sticks all night long. Our defense was really, really good. They couldn't run the football. If you can't run the football, you're in trouble. You become one-dimensional. We were able to get an extra DB in there for a lot of the fourth quarter and get some help where we needed to get help and hold them to 15, which is a phenomenal job. Our defensive staff did a tremendous job of putting our guys in a position to succeed tonight.
It was 2 things that really stood out, and we were talking about afterwards is, like you said, the speed of the defense. Like Coach Gerald just absolutely let them off the release tonight. But also the patience of the offense. We didn't get out of our game. We knew that we were going to have to settle for 3 yards sometimes or 2. If we needed 5 feet, we got 6, and
right.
that was what stood out to me. It was like how fast we played on one side of the ball, but how deliberate we were
right.
on the other.
I think that's a good word. Deliberate is a perfect way to describe it. It wasn't that we were slow. We were trying to take some time off. The goal was 3.5 yards. We were patient. We bought into the plan all week. I'm going to be honest with you. I think we won the game on Tuesday. It was pouring down rain at practice, and we went straight into our run portion. That's all we did on Tuesday. We were out here for 45 minutes, just got soaked. But, man, we got under center. We got on our bone stuff that we ran tonight, and we flat out got after it. And we hit. And right then I thought, we got a shot here. The speed, I challenge these guys. When you play these larger schools and as you get into the 4A playoffs and things like that, you've got to speed up your play. You have to elevate. You can't just be okay with playing to your opponent's speed. So by playing some of these bigger schools, we've had to really, basically get off the football, hold our blocks longer, and it's really showing. They were physical tonight. Carter
Jones and Jamie in the backfield. I mean, Jamie winds up with a couple of touchdowns, but Carter, when he hits that hole, he's at full speed step 2.
Yeah, and what we saw is, he's been hitting that dive so hard the last couple weeks, really, that we were able to get on a little bit of misdirection. I think our second touchdown, Jamie's touchdown in the second quarter, a couple of touchdowns, I believe. We had Carter with that hard dive one way and then, kind of an ISO look the other way with our backs leading for each other. And I'm proud of our running backs. Obviously I'm very proud of our guys up front, but I'm proud of the unselfish play of our running backs. They didn't care if they were getting the ball or if they were blocking. As a matter of fact, on our last touchdown, Jamie said, "Give it to Johnny. I'm going to get him in there," and he destroyed somebody off the edge. So, as a coach, when your team starts doing that and starts, selling out for their teammate, you're going in the right direction. So these guys are playing hard. They're a fun group to be around. I just kind of got to keep them. I got to keep them in check a little bit. They got a little bit of personality, but you know what? So do I. So it's all right. So let's just get after it and go on to the next play.
It was really nice to see those guys get some carries and take some of that load off of Johnny because we saw in the fourth quarter a fresh Johnny Miller in the second half is no match for a tired defense that's had to do this all night long.
Well, we had a big one. It was like a 3rd and 8, I think, on the first series of the second half, and he ran one on the edge it was a big gain. I don't know, 40, 50 yards probably. I don't really know. And then I thought that really, when he did that, and then we ended up scoring on that drive, it just seemed to me like it let a little wind out of their sails over there. I think that they thought at that point that they couldn't stop us. Mm-hmm. And they were defeated in the fourth quarter, and we just kept going at them. So it was a fun night. You know, I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to relax tomorrow, and then Sunday it's time to get after Harrisburg.
And your favorite?
No, you know I love homecoming.
Homecoming.
Love it.
Yeah.
What I say every
Harrisburg
year,
Bulldogs.
Dreams come true.
Dreams
right?
come true.
You know, but
Under the deep blue sea.
Right. Walking to the stars. I don't know what the theme is, but you know, it's one of these things. You know, where you know, I always get a question on, you know, how you keep them focused during homecoming, and here's my thought on it. And, I think that my perspective on things changed about 5 years ago. And it was in that COVID season when those kids got everything taken away from them. I just kind of changed my whole thought process on it. You know, these events, these experiences. Yeah, it's a headache for me, but it's not about me. It's about these kids and their experience. Yeah. And I just hope they have a good week. Stay smart, stay strong, and let's get after Harrisburg next week.
Coach, congratulations! You're 5-0 to start the season.
Yeah, man. Playoff eligible. Here we
Playoff
go.
eligible, right
Here
there.
we go.
Exactly. Lions win it tonight, 35-15. After they knock off Hopkinsville, Kentucky here this evening at home. The first of 3 home games in a row for the Carterville Lions.
Well, I'm happy to be here for the next 2 games.
Tell me, yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We will absolutely take it. 35-15, the final score. Next Friday night, 6:40 pregame show. Harrisburg Bulldogs come to town. Hey, thank you for listening to our broadcast tonight on News Radio WJPF. If you were watching on YouTube, thank you for watching that. For Brian, our pal, back at the studio, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you again tonight. For my broadcast partner, Keenan Clark, I'm Dave McKenzie. Carterville Lions are 5-0 to start the football season this year. Thank you for listening to Lions Football on News Radio WJPF. God bless. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a great night.